Um, are we gonna learn all the different scratches?
DJing, since its inception in the late 70s and early 80s, has influenced cultures and communities across the globe. This expressive art form has directly and indirectly impacted the wide world of entertainment, mass media, fashion, academics, politics, and even religion for decades.
Cueing is basically creating a marker in a given song. And a lot of DJs cue up songs differently.
Recognizing the impact and influence of this creative art form, Music Matters was born as a way to reach at-risk youth through DJing and other creative forms of modern music expression. Music Matters is an initiative geared towards increasing at-risk youth's self-esteem, cultivating cognitive and spatial temporal development, enhancing social teamwork skills, as well as increasing an interest and desire for learning, academic achievement, and post-secondary education through the arts, specifically DJing, turntablism, and modern methods of music production.
We have the opportunities as the YMCA and as an organization to be a resource to the community. That's a responsibility that we take very seriously. And when we have the opportunity to align experts with our user group, which are typically young people, in this case for Music Matters, it's a great marriage and it's a great opportunity for the kids to pick up a life skill as well as have the opportunity to fellowship and have a mentor.
Music Matters has been an impact in the community in many different ways. Number one, it has brought an option that many kids look at on television or look at in other venues, but didn't see it as a part of everyday life. I think Music Matters has been also a tool to help kids to learn not just about music, but about life and other aspects of learning in education, which gives them another opportunity to have other options for life and also for career.
Alief Independent School District, located in Southwest Houston, Texas, is among the most ethnically diverse school districts of its size. Virtually every culture of the modern world is represented. More than 80 languages and dialects are spoken. However, 67% of the student body is considered at risk of school failure as defined by TEA. 73% of the students are economically disadvantaged, and 36% of the students are limited English proficient.
As a native Houstonian and alumni of Alief ISD, I was shocked to discover some of the struggles plaguing our community's youth. Being confronted with these alarming statistics and witnessing firsthand the condition of our community, I felt compelled and called even to do something about it.
Among other issues in 2011-2012 alone, there were over 96,000 school safety offenses, including over 1,208 at-risk behavioral incidents, and of course, over 11,000 school violence cases, and 603 tobacco, alcohol, and other drug-related offenses.
From a holistic perspective in the community, especially here in the Alief community, we see a lot of young people that are embracing the gang life culture. In other words, looking for a family, looking for a place of belonging. Music Matters has provided that kind of a place for the young men that have been a part of this program. David Settle comes out of this culture. He understands it and he's also aware of the things that young people like himself, when he was growing up in A-Leaf, could venture off into. And David says, I want to try to stop that. I want to give back to the community. Overall, I think this is a good way for our young people to give back to the community, just like David.
Just keep going. Act like you didn't make a mistake. Make it seem like you did it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? So.
Countless studies throughout the decades have demonstrated the apparent effects that studying music has on one's overall academic and social success, as well as their overall intelligence. People with musical training often outperform their non-musical peers on cognitive and intellectual tasks and assignments. Other research also indicates that musicians often perform significantly better on tests of spatial temporal skills, reading skills, vocabulary, verbal memory, and even math and arithmetic abilities.
My name is Josiah.
Alright, my name is Lexington. League Austin, you just call me Lex.
My name's Khalid Martinez.
Several young, aspiring DJs dove headfirst into the vast world of DJing, cultivating creative capacities that not only pertain to music, but life. Many, if not all of the youth, were stretched and challenged beyond musical interests. Many of the participants signed up with the intentions of simply learning a new hobby and were later shocked when they, and even those close to them, such as their parents and teachers, began to recognize noticeable growth and maturity of their character as well as musical talent.
Music Matters has impacted Lex is that he's a lot more social. He's an only child, he's an only grandchild, and so it's kind of hard being just like the only kid and not just being, I don't want to say socially acceptable, but just don't always know how to socialize. So I would definitely say music, he becomes a whole nother person whenever you're talking about music or whenever you're talking about a DJ. He just opens up into this totally different kid. So I would definitely say that socially, Music Matters has really opened his eyes.
The Music Matters DJs were introduced to vital skills and techniques required to excel as a DJ, such as equipment essentials, software and hardware integration, music theory, mixing and cueing records, and of course, scratching.
Communications, I would say, is the biggest thing that will help, because you got to be able to speak and talk to other people, my fellow businessmen, my fellow coworkers, my supervisor, my boss, the president, whoever the case may be. I got to be able to talk to them. I got to be able to have the confidence in what I'm saying. You're like, I want to say this, I want to say that, I want to get this point across, and that's it.
The small little intro that we had on communicating, posture, expressing yourself, being able to use a mic. So mostly the communication. If I don't do anything with music, you always have to communicate regardless of what you do.
Now, each of these creative capacities were strategically selected with the intent of capturing their attention in order to cultivate important life skills and core capacities such as professionalism, communication, and public speaking, entrepreneurship, arithmetic, science, technology, and even engineering.
We look at this as a tipping point, as an opportunity to engage youth with some sort of vehicle, this being a vehicle using music and the arts. But really the ultimate goal, the ultimate transaction in YMCA is to get kids involved in other programs that we offer that build life skills, that build communication and organization skills, and get them involved and let them see that there are opportunities beyond what they may see in their day-to-day lives. And that's the biggest thing that I see as far as Music Matters. It unlocks that opportunity for us to build a bridge to these kids, build a relationship with these kids, and invest in them for the future of our community.
All that Music Matters does is geared toward increasing their kids' opportunity for success, to give kids who are struggling in school the tools required to excel, to encourage and empower kids overwhelmed with low self-esteem and low self-worth to appreciate themselves for who they really are, to grant kids with very limited worldviews access to opportunities to experience the world beyond their community.
We hope that this will expand completely across our community in a very positive way. You just don't know what can happen in a child's heart when they become creative through a structure like Music Matters.
Now, our kids did not choose their circumstances, but with your help, they can choose the future. Together, one child at a time, we can change the world.